All right, guys, we are once again asking, is it better? Is it superior as a cutting tool to the Cold Steel Recon 1? Once again, by way of reminder, we've got 4 inches of CTS XHP, more likely in yours, S35VN. Large, comfortable G10 handle, very grippy. This has been used quite a bit and it's starting to wear, but it's still super, super aggressive. Very comfortable knife in hand, very useful tool, triad lock, lots and lots to love. The competitor today is definitely a knife that's geared toward hard use and being heavy duty, but in a much more maybe sophisticated or refined way. And this is, of course, the Chris Reeve knives Inkosi. This is another one of my all-time favorite knives. I've got a lot of all-time favorite knives, guys, okay? So don't give me a hard time about that. But what I love about this is it takes the idea of hard use and really turns it on its head a little bit, because this is not a massive knife. It's not a heavy knife. Yes, the components are fairly substantial chunks of material, S35VN and titanium, of course. But what this knife does is really carefully thinks through how a knife is going to be used and then takes steps to make sure that those things are going to be as functional and as long lasting as possible. So we've got a large hollow grind here, which is like a very gentle hollow grind. Look at the sharpening choil on this. Look at the stop pin on this, gigantic. And of course, the phosphor bronze washers as well. Look how much surface area is involved in those washers. So those are all things that make this in a class of its own. All right. And so is this better than a Recon 1? Well, it obviously is going to depend on what you're doing and how much you want to spend, because you're not going to get these anywhere near the highly value priced Recon 1, but you are going to get a very well-built cutting tool designed to last a lifetime. Now, I'm not suggesting this won't last a lifetime, but frankly, even if you did have to replace this 2 or 3 or 4 times, you probably still aren't quite to the price point of this. However, the quality and the level of fit and finish and overall feel from the Chris Reeve knives is what makes this guy stand out. Okay, so I'm not really comparing apples to apples here. I know that. Let me say, for most cutting tasks, the Recon 1 is going to be great. For a family heirloom that also works as a cutting tool, the Inkosi is going to be phenomenal.